welcome you to Centralia College here. I'll turn it over to Jerry Owens here.
Lineups for the teams this evening, as announced by head coach Jim Ruffler. Starting lineup for the Red Devils. A 6'4" freshman, number 2, Cameron Howell from Tacoma. A 6'1" sophomore, number 5, Wayne Tucker. 5'11" freshman, 22, Michael Dupree. A 6'5" sophomore, number 33, Mana New. And a 6'9" sophomore, number 41, Kristen Parrott. Head coach, Mr. Jim Ruffler, Josh Wilson, and Ed Ernest. The starting lineup for the Blazers. At guard, a 6'1" freshman, number 3, Calvin Edwards. A 6'3" freshman, number 4, Colin Malone. A 6'7" sophomore, 21, Patrick Broussard. A 6'3" freshman, number 23, Marced Farley. And a 6'7" sophomore, number 32, John Dumais. And the Blazers, head coach Jason Moyer, Dave Klovedal, and Van Lockett. Our officials, Mr. Bob Rose, Jeff Flowers, and Mr. Greg Taylor.
All right, that was Jerry Owens with the starting lineups. Thank you.
You gotta love that charming accent.
And I'm Edmund Meyer alongside
Luke Kilgore.
And jumping out for Centralia is Patrick Broussard, the big man. And number 41, Kristen Parrott, the big man for Lower Columbia, wins the tip.
Something tells me we're going to be saying Parrott's name quite a bit tonight. 6'9", sophomore, and he looks physical.
Yep, and it seems like Patrick Broussard will have his work cut out for him.
Absolutely, just like last home game against Clark County. It'll be a tough one here. It'll be fun.
You got Clark on my mind there. Lower Columbia throws away the basketball and Centralia down at the other end. Farley with the basketball, dribbles with the right hand, hand off to Malone. Malone wide open, has the shot, takes it off the back of the rim, and rebound goes to John Dumais.
Great rebound by Dumais. Almost had the putback hook to go. Just needs to focus up and get a better post move out of that.
It's now number 5, Wayne Tucker with the basketball, 6'1" sophomore out of Oakland, California. For Lower Columbia. Lower Columbia works around the basketball. Number 41 with the shot inside. It's no good off the front of the rim. We got a player down. Number 3, Calvin Edwards, underneath the Lower Columbia basket, and he stands up on his own willpower there. Looks like he just took a hit in the midsection. May take a second to, kind of get that out of there, get the pain away, walk it off.
That's all you can do. You just got to walk it off, keep playing the game.
Inside feed to Parrott. Parrott gives it to his other post man. Now Lower Columbia will set up the offense. Dribble drive by number 22, Dupree. Kicks it out to number 2, Howell. Howell hits the three-point shot, and that's the first shot made of the game. And 3-0, Lower Columbia with the early lead.
Great execution on that play, got the wide open 3, but also great job by Patrick Broussard to guard Parrott on his first possession. That was pretty good.
Drive through the lane, gets denied by number 2, Howell, as he knocks it out of bounds. Possession will stay with Centralia. I believe that was Farley on the drive who got denied. Now
Calvin Edwards looking just fine now.
Now Malone dribbles, finds himself in trouble, passes it to Broussard out of the close to the three-point line. Broussard has trouble handling the basketball, finds Dumais. Dumais dribble spin move and puts it right in at the end of the shot clock there. So scores now 2-3 with 18 minutes left to go here in the first half. Lower Columbia pushing the basketball.
And that sounded like he probably heard me over there, because he even found the time to make a pretty post move and flip it up and in time for the shot clock.
Now number 22 with the basketball, Dupree. Dupree kicks it over to his teammate. Inside pass now to number 41, Parrott puts up a shot and is met by two Centralia defenders, but one of them will pick up the foul, and Parrott will step to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. If you're just tuning in here, there's 17 minutes, 49 seconds left to go here in the first half. Lower Columbia with the early lead, 3-2, but Parrott's in at the free throw line looking to extend that lead. First free throw, no good.
Very flat-looking shot by Parrott there. They might, if this keeps up, they might want to go with the hack-a-shack route.
Parrott's second shot's no good, so Parrott seems to have an obvious fault at the free throw line as he misses both shots. Centralia down the other way. Malone left wide open, elects to dribble through the lane, passes Dumets. Dumets goes up strong move by Dumets to finish through the contact, and it scores now 4-3. Centralia, excuse me on the pronunciation of his name, but that's John Dumais. Number
Dumais is
32.
getting big already, and he wants to show these big guys he's not going to be intimidated. He's going to go straight into the basket, and he's going to get those hard buckets.
Lower Columbia with possession of the basketball. Coach simply yells, "Do something," and number 5 will look to do that for Lower Columbia. Wayne Tucker dribbles his lane, kicks it out to his shooter, shots up, no good. Rebound Centralia. Edwards quickly the other way, and he gets called for the carry as Edwards looked to set up his defender with a crossover, but just put his palm underneath the basketball there, and it'd be a carrying violation against Centralia.
Sometimes when you do that, it just gets a little bit stuck on your hand, and that's the way the ball bounces. Pun intended.
Centralia with the trailing, or actually with the 1-point lead right now, and switches over to Lower Columbia with the 1-point lead after the nice scoop shot by number 2, Cameron Howell.
What a beautiful pass.
Calvin Edwards with the basketball, dribbles through the lane, puts up the shot, gets denied, and taken away by Lower Columbia.
May have gotten a little bit of a foul there.
Quickly into transition.
Now back on that last play, there was Calvin Edwards with a beautiful no-look to Colin Malone, but luckily the defense sealed him pretty quick, so he didn't get the easy shot off.
Good ball pressure by Centralia, causing Lower Columbia to set up the offense with 10 seconds at the top of the key. Quickly looking to score. Pass inside is loose. Edwards gets the steal, goes in transition. Spin move, got away with the travel, uses the backboard. As he's falling to his back, he puts up the shot, and it rolls in and out. Dumais fights for it, but Lower Columbia comes up with it inside. In transitions, Lower Columbia. Howell puts up the shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, looks inside to his post. Parrott spin move on Broussard. Broussard stops Parrott. Parrott kicks it out to Howell. Howell puts up a 3-point shot from the right corner, no good.
We got lucky on that one. We saw Howell hit the last one, so you got to be careful. You got to close out.
So number 2, Cameron Howell with a little bit of aggressive play there. Thought he was going to come up with the steal, but they called the foul a little bit late. Either way, the foul call was made, and Centralia will keep possession of the basketball. The foul will go against they have it on number 3, but that was against Howell. That's his first foul of the ball game. Number 3, Calvin Edwards, has the ball, setting it up for Centralia.
Kristen Parrott has already been subbed out by the Red Devil coach, and you got to figure that he's already getting frustrated, and the Centralia defense is doing a great job with that, just smothering him.
Good inside look there by Farley, but just wasn't able to make the proper pass as it goes out of bounds. Possession will go to Lower Columbia. Lower Columbia pushes the action. Number 22 now with the ball. Dupree passes to number 44, Austin Tafflet. Could you give me a proper pronunciation on Austin's last name, please?
That was pretty accurate there. Austin Tafflet of Toledo fame. They were state champions over there, and he's obviously showing his stuff here.
So now Lower Columbia quickly in transition, putting up a layup along the left side of the hoop with the right hand. Lower Columbia up by 3 points now, 7-4 with 14 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Calvin Edwards with the basketball for Centralia, gives it to Colin Malone. Colin Malone at the top of the key, looks at Dumais. Dumais crowded by a defender, number 2, Howell. Howell puts up the layup in transition, and foul's going to go against Malone. Malone, good foul there by Malone as he keeps him from getting the opportunity of the 3-point play there.
Absolutely, and that was smart defense by Howell on there. Dumais didn't exactly have him sealed out completely, And that was something that Howell noticed, and he took full advantage of it when they went to feed it Dumais in the post.
Howell's first free throw is no good. Score remains 7-4. He'll stand in to shoot a second. Howell's second free throw is good. So now Lower Columbia has a 8-4 lead over Centralia with 14 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Edwards will bring up the ball for the Trailblazers. Edwards almost loses it, and he does as he tries to dribble it between his legs. It goes backcourt violation.
That's the second time that we've seen a turnover violation by maybe Edwards trying to get a little bit too fancy there.
Definitely an unforced turnover there. Edwards looking to make up for it as he's playing the passing lanes, ends up on the floor, and Telfet puts up the shot inside the free throw line. No good. Rebound Centralia. Dumais tipped it to Farley. Now Edwards in transition. Good crossover move by Edwards. That was nice.
He's showing some skill out there.
Passes it to Farley. Farley, nice pump fake through the middle of the lane. Now you got Edwards at the top of the key. Dribbles, kicks it out to Broussard. Broussard tries to be strong in the middle of the lane and picks up the foul. Foul's going to go against number 2, I believe. And number 2 is Cameron Howell.
And that's what Broussard needs to do. He needs to get there, get right to that basket, and get the shot up.
They're going to call it actually Austin Trafflet. It's going to be his first foul of the ball game, and Broussard's first free throw is good. If you're just tuning in, scores 8-5. Broussard will be standing in to kind of narrow the lead here.
Going back to Trafflet, that Toledo High School state championship story, they were really the underdog Cinderella team there, and the whole town came out to see them, and it was really amazing to see them win that state championship. Quite the story.
After Broussard's second free throw, he makes the game 8-6, but Howell's quickly down at the other end, extending the lead to a 4-point game. 10-6 now. Lower Columbia leads over Centralia. Crossover move by Edwards, puts up the shot, no good off the back of the rim. Dumais with the board, puts it up and in. Great job by Dumais to inside, fighting for the board.
Dumais is showing us his dirty work this first half so far.
Score is now 10-8 with 13 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tafflet drives through the lane, puts it up and in over the through Dumais.
Now that was by Trafflet. That was just strength. That was pure strength. He might have gotten fouled on that one, but he had the strength to put it up and in through contact.
Oh yeah, that's weight room right there. That's working the weight room. Calvin Edwards up top with the basketball, passes it to Farley. Farley dribbles with the left hand through the lane, gives it to Patrick Broussard, who clearly got fouled. You can hear it from over here, the slap on the arm, and scores now 12-10. Lower Columbia got away with the foul there, and 2-point ball game. Lower Columbia is holding on to this lead right now. Good pick by Malone as he picks 22's pocket, and quickly in transition is Centralia. Edwards out to Farley. Farley for 3, and it's in and out. Rebound number 11. Number 11 is Jalapur, if I'm pronouncing that right. Jalapur.
That was a great look in transition. That was a shot that coach probably would have wanted, just didn't go down that time. And also,
go ahead, finish, but they're going to.
And also, we'll talk about Patrick Broussard here, he's actually showing us a lot of what we didn't really see versus Clark, and that he's getting inside, he's getting big, he's taking up space, and he's showing his presence. He's getting baskets.
Rogers checking in for Farley, as well as Condell Scott checking in the game for Colin Malone, I believe it is. Is that right? Yep, Colin Malone out of Lindbergh High School. And so we got Condell Scott checking in the game. Condell Scott is out of Rockdale County, Georgia.
Long ways from the good old South and home.
Edwards feeds it to Rogers, who just checked in the game. Rogers from California, wearing number 15 for the Trailblazers in white, and Lower Columbia wearing the red with white trimming and white letters. Now Lower Columbia, nice offensive action here as they feed the post and then have cutters. Number 10 puts up the shot, no good. Number 10 is Taylor Dre. Shot was too hard off the back of the rim. You could hear Coach Moyer asking Marcy to attack the rim right away. Now Condell Scott, number 11 for the Trailblazers, passes it to Edwards. Edwards puts up the shot, no good. Score remains 12-10, 11 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the first half. Number 12 brings the ball up for Lower Columbia.
And even if even if he misses it, Edwards has got a pretty looking jumper, doesn't he?
Yes, definitely. Edwards, solid game, all-around game. Now number 44 puts it a shot. That's Austin Trafflet. And scores now 15-12 with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. Condell Scott with the basketball, passes it over to Rogers. Now Rogers feeds Broussard. Broussard gives it to Dume. Dume has a series of moves. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Rogers sets it up at the top of the key. Good behind the back move on his defender. Defender doesn't bite on it though, so he kicks it out to Condell Scott, who puts up the three from the left wing, up and in. 2-point ball game here as it's 15-13 with 10 minutes left to, or just over 10 minutes left to go here in the first half.
And there's the spark plug flashing away. Condell Scott giving them what they need.
Definitely 2-point ball game now, 15-13. One thing we've commented on many times, Condell Scott always seems to come in and bring some electricity into his team.
And in a game like basketball where it's a game of runs and momentum is such a huge part of the game, he is so invaluable to this team.
Rogers skies for the rebound, gives it to Condell. Condell being guarded by number 12. Condell kicks it out to Dume. Dume puts the shot no good. Broussard's inside fighting for the rebound. And Broussard's the one to knock it out of bounds. And possession will go to Lower Columbia.
Hey, but we know Dume can make that shot. We saw him last game out. Well, he hit quite a few in a row, and he had the hot hand.
Centralia in the white jerseys with blue numbers and yellow trim. You can see they're rocking the throwbacks this evening.
Oh, they look great, though. After all these years, they still look great.
Condell Scott rushes to save the basketball. Thankfully, he didn't just knock over the table. But in the act of saving the basketball, Condell Scott stepped on the line. So with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go.
You gotta love the hustle out of that spark plug over here.
Lower Columbia will check it. We'll pass the ball in. Good movement by Lower Columbia. Tucker winds up with it up top. Passes it inside to the post. Good movement by Lower Columbia again. And a solid D by Centralia, able to keep on.
The offensive foul.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is solid D by from Centralia to keep him from getting open looks there. And then a little bit of frustration by Lower Columbia, and they pick up the offensive foul that's going to be called on Parrott. That's his first foul of the ball game as he gave the Broussard a little bit of shove with his shoulder.
And Christian Parrott, he just got back in the game, and already he's again frustrated, which seemed to be the reason that coach took him out in the first place. If he wants to stay in this game, he's got to really show something.
Edwards kicks it out to Condell Scott in the corner. He puts it up and in, giving Centralia their first lead of the ball game. Scores 16-15. That's Centralia with a 1-point lead over the Red Devils. 8 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. Red Devils with a little bit of confusion as they throw it out of bounds. Possession will go to Centralia.
What more can we say about Condell Scott? That kid can play.
Condell Scott coming in off the bench and giving his team the lead.
And he's also a sophomore. I mean, you only have, you only have a select few sophomores on this team, and there's a lot of youth in this team, and so him being a leader and him going out there and setting the example and showing what this program's about with the hard work and being the spark plug and giving them momentum, that's great leadership and just great ball playing, great teamwork.
They actually initially had 4 returning sophomores, but Zach Karras ended up getting a hamstring injury, and he's been out the whole season. Will probably be sidelined throughout the rest of this season. Throughout the rest of this season. They got Patrick Broussard and John Dume. They're 2 big guys returning from last year, and then as well as Condell Scott. And Condell Scott did the exact same thing last year. He was backing up Van Lockett. If Van Lockett ever needed to get a blow or anything, Condell Scott was right in there, just picking up right where Van Lockett left off, and
that's exactly what you want to see out of a reserve. I mean, they take advantage of the minutes that you're given. Even if you're just a role player who is put in there for a certain amount of time, lower minutes, you just got to show coach how bad you want it and how hard you're willing to work and make the most of every single second you have out there on that basketball court, because it's not forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Condell comes in and he knows his role right away. He knows his role. He fulfills it, and You know, that's exactly what you need if you're Coach Moyer. Might need a couple more of those type of players.
They're definitely just invaluable to a team.
Condell passes it to Broussard. Broussard looks for the cutter. No good, but Condell winds up with the basketball. Now he's up top. Passes it to Rogers. Rogers dribbles it left hand. Passes it to Broussard. Broussard can't handle the pass, and Lower Columbia will come up with it. Centralia with a 1-point lead now. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Lower Columbia player Wayne Tucker got away with the travel, but he's lost possession of the basketball on his way up, and it'll go over to Centralia. 8 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in the first half. Condell Scott with the basketball for the Trailblazers. Passes it to Edwards. Edwards being guarded tightly by Howell. Dribble handoff with Rogers. Rogers lazy pass to Condell Scott, but Condell Scott saves the basketball. Dribble handoff with Dume. Dume dribbles through the lane, puts it up. No good off the front of the rim. Gets his own board, puts it up and in.
What a hard worker.
Dume is just leaning away from the basket, puts it up and in, and gives his team the 3-point lead. Scores 18-15 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the ball game.
That's the second time he's gotten his own offensive rebound and put it back in for the bucket. He does the dirty work. Dume.
Howell with a nice pass fake inside. Solid D by Centralia this trip down the court as they caused confusion, and
Dume gets a block on that one.
yeah, I couldn't see it as I had a bad angle with the ref there standing in front of me. Now Centralia down in transition, throws it away. Condell Scott trying to feed his post, and Lower Columbia
And
finishes on the 2-1.
Coach Moore said it. He said stronger passes, and that's probably, if there's anything that's going to be Centralia's Centralia's Achilles heel right about now, is that they're not making crisp, clean passes, and they're getting picked off.
Condell dribbles through the lane, dribble handoff, passes it to Rogers. Rogers gives it to Dume. Dume gets called for steps this time as he travels. And just under 7 minutes, so we're going to stop to the action. Actually, Lower Columbia inbounds it here. Lower Columbia trailing by 1 point to the Trailblazers of Centralia.
There's a reason why they call it jab step and not jab steps.
Out of bounds call. Number 33 was standing on the line. That's Mana Nui. And possession
Your guess is as good as mine.
Possession will go over to Centralia. Condell with the basketball, kicks it over to Dume. Dume, nice pump fake, and puts up a 3-point shot, no good. You could hear Coach Jason Moyer ask John why hesitate. You know, normally the first look is the look you want to take.
Absolutely.
Edwards with the basketball, nice crossover and pump fake, and great use of the backboard, but couldn't finish. And score remains 19-18.
Hey, take that look all day, though. Edwards can do amazing things with the basketball. Watch him.
Lower Columbia with the 1-point lead right now is number 41 with the spin move, Christian Parrott, and spins around Dumetz, finishes, good use of the rim there.
One of the fundamental post moves in the game. You just spin around, get the reverse lay-in. Might have pushed off him a little bit there, but hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Kind of used the rim there as a protector from the shot blocker.
Absolutely.
21-18 now, Lower Columbia with the lead over Centralia College. 33, Nui sets it up, kicks it over to Parrott. Parrott over to his teammate in the corner who dribbles with the right hand along the baseline, puts it up with the left hand, up and in. Great move by Parrott to use the opposite hand and finish over the defender. Scores now 23-18. Condell Scott down at the other end, draws the foul, and he'll be standing in at the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws.
And on the other end there, Centralia is doing great on defense so far. That was a very, very good contest. Just, great defense, just better O.
Solid defense. As you see, Lower Columbia really working it around and having a hard time figuring it out. But once they do, they're getting good shots. But that's not to discredit Centralia's defense at all.
Nope. And then we have Condell Scott on the line here, who's
first free throw is good.
Got 7 points, maybe 8.
He's got 7.
Yeah, he's got 8 now, and 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 100% efficiency. He's tearing it up.
Centralia with trailing by 2 points, 23-20. Lower Columbia with the basketball. Condell Scott guarding tightly on the ball and dribbles through after the dribble along the baseline and feed inside to the big man. Parrott finishes over the Centralia defenders, extending the lead to 5 points, 25-20.
But the important part is nothing is coming easy for Parrott right now. They're getting in his face, in his grill, and making every shot difficult, and he has to work for his points.
Condell dribbles through the lane, kicks it out to Rogers. Rogers dribbles through the lane, has nowhere to really go, but he draws the foul, and Rogers will be standing in at the free throw line to shoot 2. A little bit of stop in the action as the players catch their breath, and Rogers stands in at the line with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half. If you're just tuning in, scores 25-20 as Lower Columbia with the lead.
But honestly, it's been anybody's game so far.
Farley checking in the ball game now to give Broussard his first rest of the evening, and Rogers will stand in to shoot a second of the pair.
Patrick's doing some good things out there as well. He's making his presence known, and he's got a few points on the board, and yeah, he's doing well so far out the gate.
Pat has his work cut out for him here, having to deal with the big man from Lower Columbia, and Lower Columbia throws it away, and you can see just an extreme amount of emotion from the Lower Columbia coach Jim Roffler as he screams at his player, telling him to catch the ball with 2 hands. And down at the other end, Centralia's offense they lose possession of it. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Centralia.
Well, you got to understand how he can get frustrated. I mean, that's a very fundamental thing, to catch the ball with both hands so you can actually get the rebound.
John Dumade not being strong enough with the basketball as it gets knocked out of his hand. Number 2 winds up with it. That's Cameron Howell. And obviously, Coach Moyers read the scouting report on him. As soon as he caught it, he said shooter and hit it. Simultaneously, he drained a 3.
And that is the second 3 he's hit tonight.
Farley dribbles through the lane, puts up the floater with the left hand, no good. And possession will go to Lower Columbia.
And
Number
Coach
20.
Moyer over here saying, hey, you got to be strong. No one's going to bail you out. You got to be strong. Tell him he got to earn everything. He's got to be strong. He's got to squeeze the orange, take care of the basketball.
Good help defense there by John Dumais as he steps in, knocks the ball out of the way, and out of bounds. Possession, though, will stay here with Lower Columbia. Inbounded into number 3, Nue. Nue looks inside to his post. Parrott spin move. Great spin move. Uses of the left hand. No good off the back of the rim. But Parrott had a perfect look at that shot there. Condell Scott's going to drive through the lane, and there's going to be a foul called on number 22. That's Michael Dupree out of Tacoma, 5'11 freshman. That will be his first foul of the game. That's 17th foul, though, so Condell Scott will stand in at the free throw line shooting 1-1.
It's almost a reverse of last game, to where the fouls are kind of starting to add up for Lower Columbia, and we're getting Centralia's getting on the line, and we're getting the easy points, clock stopping. So
Condell's free throw is no good, so he won't be rewarded with the second, and Lower Columbia is quickly down on the other end. Well, over and back here as the Lower Columbia player 22, Michael Dupree, was being guarded tightly by Condell, but Condell is going to be called for the foul as the ref says that he forced him over the half-court line. Number 5, Wayne Tucker, now set to check back in the ballgame for number 10, Taylor Dre. Wayne Tucker, 6'1 sophomore out of Oakland, California. With Tucker with the basketball, spin move over around Condell, and good defense by Rogers to play the passing lanes. Rogers goes down at the other end. Good move as he finishes with the left hand along the left side of the basket over the Lower Columbia defender.
Beautiful, holding his hand out like that and just flipping it up and in. That's just a pretty layup to watch, and as you saw, there was better one-on-one offense, but as a team, Centralia was able to get the turnover. So
Tucker passes it to number 22, Dupree. Dupree finds his big man, Parrott, inside for the N1, or at least the chance at an N1 play as Parrott finished through the contact, and he'll stand in at the line to shoot 1 free throw. That's John Dumais' second foul, and Patrick Broussard will check back in the ballgame Dume will not see any more action throughout this first half because Coach Moyer doesn't want to see him pick up a third foul before halftime.
And one thing they really don't want to do that looks like it might start to be happening now is let Parrott heat up and get in his post flow and start connecting with those easy shots.
Rogers with the basketball at the top of the key, passes to Condell. Condell bounce pass over to Farley. Farley looks inside at Rogers. Rogers being stopped by two lower Columbia defenders, but the ball is knocked out of bounds. Possession will stay with Centralia. Marcy has nothing to be discouraged about by that time. All he has to do is keep being aggressive there and look for the opportunities to score.
Absolutely, and they're running the box play coming out of it, and they're just going to run the set.
Centralia sets up the offense as Condell Scott up top, passes it to Edwards. Edwards back to Scott. Rogers dribbles through the lane, has to shoot with the shot clock dwindling down. Puts the shot, ends up short, so it's 7-point game here, 31-24. Lower Columbia with the lead over Centralia College.
Need better clock awareness and better general court awareness on that one. Just let the time run out. Before he knew it, he had to fling one up.
Multiple crossovers by Wayne Tucker, and he dribbles through the lane, finishing around two Centralia defenders, and Tucker will extend the lead to 33-24. 9-point ball game here as Centralia has possession of the basketball, but they trail with 1 minute, 34 seconds left to go in the first half.
Wayne Tucker has shown us that he can definitely dribble the basketball, and he has some good moves he can get to the rim.
Condell tries another three-point attempt, no good. Gets another third attempt at it. A second try this trick, and rolls in and out. So scores 33-24 with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to go. Lower Columbia will have the basketball.
A little bit of emotion on the bench there, saying that Calvin maybe should have gone up and maybe drawn the foul or gotten the bucket instead of passing out to Condell for the three. But I mean, either way, they were both good looks to take. So
good post movement in there. Nice finger roll by number 2, Howell, and then Farley playing the passing lanes comes up with the steal and draws the foul on number 41. That's Christian Parrott, the big 6'9" sophomore out of Cadwell, Idaho. That's his second foul of the ball game, so most likely we'll see some strategic subbing here by the coach Schroffler and to get his big man out as well.
Obviously all those potatoes did well for Parrott because he's a big man and he's doing big things out there.
Parrott takes a seat as number 34, Baraya, and number 11, Jalapur.
Maybe during the half we will catch up on some pronunciation. Sorry about that, folks.
No. Jalapur passes it to number 22, Dupree. Dupree back to Jalapur. Jalapur kicks it out to the corner. No, Dupree up top. Kicks it out to number 11 again. Kicks it to the top of the key, and shot's no good. Just hits, only connects to the backboard. Condell Scott, small Scott on the court, comes up with the basketball.
It's not very good shot selection whatsoever. It was a deep three. He still had time on the shot clock. He could have ran the set, tried to get a better look.
Farley puts up the shot, no good, off the back of the rim, and maybe a frustration foul there as there's 13.8 seconds left to go. And it's only the 6th foul for Centralia. So not in the penalty yet.
Definitely was a gimme foul that probably shouldn't have happened, but luckily for Centralia, the half's closing in, and so.
Yeah, 5 seconds to go here as Lower Columbia with the basketball. Tight defense by Centralia, and number 34 puts the shot at the buzzer. That's Jeremy Burright out of Albany, Oregon, 6'5", freshman, a buzzer beater, putting his team up by 12 points. Halftime score is 38-26. Definitely, if you're the Centralia coach, that's not what you wanted to see. All you wanted to see was one stop down at that end, and they couldn't get it. And it wound up being the last-second buzzer beater shot.
But also, you couldn't say that was lax defense, though. I mean, there was a hand directly in his face, right in front. He just had the confidence to throw it up, or actually a very good-looking stroke, and just knock it down at the buzzer. Ice in his veins.
So keys to the half, in your opinion, for Centralia, and what is Coach Moore emphasizing there in the locker room?
I think Coach Moore is going to talk to them about definitely stopping the ball was huge. Getting the ball into the post, somehow they've got to contain Parrott. That was a huge part later in the half. Once he finally started finding his way and finally started connecting on those easy right at the basket shots, he's got the post moves, and it just all comes down to defense. They're doing their offense. The shots are going to start falling. Condell Scott did a great job giving them a boost there, but really, it all starts with defense. It all starts with defense, and that's what they really need to do. There's just when you've got such a physical mismatch, it really makes it difficult. But that just means you have to step up your game that much more.
And for Lower Columbia, if you're Coach Roffler, what are you telling your kids there in the locker room?
Feed the beast. That's what I'm telling them. They've got the height advantages. They've got athleticism, and and also that you had Cameron Howell. He's got a pretty good stroke too, so they can play the inside-out game. They've got good handling. We saw that from Wayne Tucker, the 6'1" sophomore from Oakland, California. So they've got a lot of the keys of a great team. It's just there's some holes that we could definitely puncture.
Yeah, one thing that if I'm Coach Roffler, I'm telling my players, we've struggled with the turnovers. Gotta knock it off with the turnovers. 12 turnovers for Lower Columbia. That's to 9 of Centralia. Just sloppy play by Lower Columbia. Some of that could be due to the intense play by Centralia and the good defense, making up for their lack of offense.
Yeah, that's huge. Some of the big key points of the half as far as statistics. Cameron Howell, who we said had the hot hand, is on the board and leading for the Red Devils with 15 points, 2 for 4, 3-point shot percentage, and 6 of 9 from the field. He's definitely a huge standout there. Forgot to mention him. I didn't know he had a stroke. I didn't realize he was already at 15, kind of quiet 15. Christian Parrott with 7 points, 6 field goal attempts, and 3 of them made. So he's doing pretty good for himself too. As far as Centralia, we got Condell Scott with 8. He really, off the bench, he provided a big surge for them that they really needed. John Dumais, and we noticed him early. He was getting big in there with the big trees. He's battling hard, and instead of just the threes that we saw last game against Clark, we're seeing him get into the paint, and we're seeing him pull moves off, and he's hustling. He's getting the second chance board. He's getting the second chance shot, and he's making it count.
Centralia trailing by 12 points and only shooting 25%. But on the other end, it's Lower Columbia shooting nearly 60%. So, more than double the percentage. They've doubled the field goals made as well. So that's 2 great points there. If you're Centralia, you want to lower the field goal percentage of Lower Columbia.
Absolutely, and another thing is it's not a huge difference, but there's a 4 differential for total rebounds favoring the Red Devils, and that's just sheer size, and that's because they just have the physicality on them, as well as if you look at the assist totals. There's been a few key players for the Red Devils. Wayne Tucker, for example, with the hot handles. Michael Dupree, Jeremy Burright.
All right, welcome back. I'm Edmund Meyer alongside Luke Kilgore here. And Centralia is currently trailing as we're just about to start the second half. Scores 38-26. Centralia down by 12 points. They had a hard time containing number 2, Cameron Howell, who put up 15 points for the Lower Columbia Red Devils. 6 of 9 shooting from the field, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. Totaled up 15 points in 17 minutes. So if you're Centralia, you're gonna have to look to contain him in the second half if you want to get back into this ball game. 12-point ball game. By no means are they out of it. Just a few baskets and they're just right back in this game. But they just have to do a few things to make it interesting. On
Absolutely.
the court for Centralia, starting out the second half, is number 4, Colin Malone, Condell Scott, Calvin Edwards, John Dume, and Patrick Broussard. John Dume, Patrick Broussard, the 2 big men down low. Condell Scott and Edwards, the backcourt. Edwards being guarded tightly by number 5 and is forced to double. Number 5 forces a double dribble there by Condell Scott. Good defense there by Wayne Tucker. 6'1" sophomore out of Oakland, California. Lower Columbia now with the basketball.
Just
Tucker.
Condell got kind of stuck in his place there. He got a little bit trapped, and that's not what you want to see as coach, but it happens.
Skip pass over from number 41. Now a good cut there by Tucker, and he finishes on the left side of the basket.
Very strong of Tucker there to grab the ball back and keep it in his possession instead of letting it be a turnover and getting the bucket out of it.
14-point ball game. That was the first basket of the second half, put in there by Lower Columbia. Condell Scott dribbles with the left hand, kicks out to John Dume. John Dume shoots it with the hand in his face. Shot's no good. Rebound, Parrott. And in transition, Lower Columbia throws it away. And out of bounds, possession will go to Centralia. Condell Scott setting out the offense for the Trailblazers.
Just that pass was a little, really errant. Just, not a very good decision. Got a little too excited, but.
Colin Malone dribbles through the lane, puts it up and in. So the first basket for the Trailblazers of the second half. Scores 40-28 now. 12-point lead for Lower Columbia. Tucker drives through the lane, puts up a floater. No good off the back of the rim. Condell Scott, the smallest guy on the court, comes up with the board. Condell in transition, gives it to Edwards. Edwards out to Dume. Dume from the right corner. Pump fake, spin move. Good step through and put up the shot. Draws the foul. Great series of moves by John Dume there, showing off the whole repertoire. And with 18 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the game, John Dume will stand at the line, bringing a break into action.
That was some shades of Tim Duncan right there, trying to pull it all off with the fundamentals.
John Dume hits the first free throw line, scores 11-point game now, 40-29. John Dume looks to hit the second one here. The foul is called on number 33, Nue. That's his second foul of the ball game. Goes out of bounds. Possession will stay down here with Centralia. Maybe a little bit of swaying there by the coach core of Centralia.
But good job by Broussard to go and try to bounce the ball off and retain possession.
Edwards looks to crossover dribble, but he just loses the handle. Tucker in transition for Lower Columbia gets his shot denied by Malone. Malone, great timing, guys. He just swatted it off the backboard, and it came back down to play. Lower Columbia had it, but turned it over there with the travel. Blazer basketball.
And then there's the Red Devils coach again, Jim Roffler, saying do something. I couldn't agree more.
Condell Scott, a little bit out of control, tries to jump stop, and he drug his pivot foot along the way. So 11-point ball game with 18 minutes remaining. Condell Scott D'ing up, picking up his guy at half court. Number 33, Nue, passes it to Parrott. Parrott back to Nue. Nue looks inside to number 2, Howell. Howell being double teamed now, something new that we see as soon as he got the ball, double team.
Hey, if you saw the stat sheet of 15 points, you double team him too.
Parrott inside, puts the shot. He got denied by the rim. Nobody even there. There's a rim there though, and swatted him away. Scores now 40-29 with 17.5 minutes left to go here. Edwards quickly down at the other end. Edwards tries to dribble his way through the lane, but got denied by number 2, Howell, who just swatted it away. Possession will stay though with Centralia.
He lucked out on that one. Got bailed out that the swat happened to go back towards his teammates.
Edwards passes it to Condell. Condell now from the corner passes to Colin Malone. Malone puts up a running three-pointer, and it goes in. So 42-30. Malone bailing him out there with a three-point shot off a 1 foot kind of Dirk-like move there.
For some reason, I don't think that's how they drew it up.
With a little bit under 17 minutes left to go. Centralia trailing by 8, 40-32.
That was just a great shot. just great awareness and somehow able to get it off unbalanced and just, maybe the heavens had something to do with that as well.
Throwaway now by Lower Columbia. Condale in transition. Malone gives it to Dume. Dume puts up the shot from the right short corner and it rolls in.
Nice and easy mid-range jumper. Why bother when you got that stroke?
6-point ball game now, 40-34, and you got a timeout for Lower Columbia. It's going to be a full timeout. So if you're Lower Columbia, Coach Jim Roffler, in your opinion, what could be the issue here?
Well, I mean, it's just been hard work, honestly. It's been hard work by the Centralia team, and Moore must have said something during halftime that they need to run their sets and find that open shot, because they've been passing the ball and they've been passing it pretty well. They've lucked out a little bit though, because we've had some silly turnovers over here, such as what we'd see with Edwards trying to get a little too fancy, or Condale maybe getting ahead of himself. But they just need to focus up. But I'm obviously not Jim Roffler, so.
Yeah, so they've only scored 2 points so far in the second half, about 4 minutes of gameplay. Centralia so far has scored 8 points. So Centralia started out the second half quickly on an 8-2 run, and cause for timeout for the Lower Columbia coach Jim Roffler. Obviously upset as we hear him displaying his emotions over there along the sideline, along the bench.
Anytime your coach has to tell you to do something, I feel like he's not that happy with you.
So a 6-point lead now for Lower Columbia. They're looking to hold on to it as they inbound it. Tucker receives the inbound, being guarded by Condale. Condale giving him room. Now John Dumais not giving his guy any space. Patrick Broussard as well, not giving Trafflet any space. And number 5, Tucker up top, switch the screen, and Dumais is being guarded by him. Mismatches. Tucker obviously sees it and drives. Shots up short. Condale comes up with it, gives it to Edwards. Edwards dribbles inside, but finds himself in trouble, so dribbles right back out, gives it to Condale up top. Condale being guarded by Tucker. Looks to isolate him, but loses possession of the ball. Now number 2, Howell, quickly in transition, and he dunks it, two-hand jam.
Woo!
Could see that coming from you.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. Condale Scott now from the right corner puts up the shot, no good off the front of the rim. So a little bit of momentum swing change here as you see the dunk at the other end. Condale comes down, misses the shot. Lower Columbia looking to push it, but they bring a stop to the action for, I believe, subs. You don't normally see that.
But first half, we saw Howell showing his IQ and showing his perimeter. Now he's showing his IQ in 5-slam-a-jamma. Just a great finish, great flush.
Howell to Trafflet, Trafflet back to Howell. Howell being guarded by Edwards. Edwards not giving him any space. Howell looks inside to number 34 with a nice spin move. Great job there by Burright. Burright, the guy who we've seen drain the three-pointer at the buzzer. So 5 valuable points by them. And Farley will set to check in the ball game for the Trailblazers. Condale Scott passes to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Howell. Back to Condale. No defensive pressure whatsoever. They're giving him the shot. Broussard takes it, and he hits it with the hand in his face. There was little pressure at first, but the defense was recovering, and Broussard finishes it right over the defender. Now scores 44-36, but that's quickly changed as Trafflet extends the lead to 10 points, 46-36. Lower Columbia with the lead over the Trailblazers.
Oh,
hard foul there now as Edwards goes up, and Edwards has to be held back as by Broussard. A little bit of frustration by Edwards driving through the lane. Now you see a little bit more chatter going on throughout on the court there. Edwards will stand at the line shooting 2 free throws. His team's down by 10 points at the moment. And some players you could talk to and you can get in their head. Some players you don't want to talk to because it's the wrong thing to do is to make them mad, just makes them play better. And so we'll see how this situation plays out for Centralia and Edwards.
You saw Calvin Edwards get a little frustrated there, but you also saw Patrick Broussard showing his leadership because Calvin Edwards, the young freshman, you saw Broussard, the sophomore, showing his leadership and calming him down, getting him emotionally set, and he's good to go. That's just great leadership.
Coach Moyer shouting out the offense that he want, or the defense that he wants executed here, and good effort by Centralia to fight for the loose ball. They were able to knock it away, but they could not corral it. And as it goes out of bounds, possession will stay with Lower Columbia. Good inbound pass there, or bad look, but this player is able to save it, and Lower Columbia is at the offensive end looking to score. Foul called on Broussard, I believe, as he fouls number 34, Jeremy Burright. That's Burright was looking to go up and in, or looking to spin move on Broussard, but
now Broussard made the mistake, the common mistake of he didn't have his hand straight up. Now, if he would have had his hand straight up, you could see the way the ball was going. It would have been a block anyway. But since he crossed him, since he went over him and it kind of cross-blocked him there, they called the obvious foul.
Shot by Jeremy Burright was good, and as you were saying that, you could hear the coach telling Broussard the exact same thing. Got to be straight up. Rebound Centralia, 10-point ball game as the free throw was no good, so Burright split the pair, and Centralia down at the other end. Farley dribbles, dishes out to Malone. Malone drives to the lane, puts it up with the right hand on the left side of the rim. No good. Malone's fighting for the ball, and the ball goes, or they're going to call a foul on number 4, calling Malone. Initially, I thought the ball just went out of bounds, but they're actually going to call a foul. That one's going to go on Malone. It could be his second.
He's getting a little bit touchy there in the backcourt. Kind of want to make up for his miss. It was a great look, but he's getting a little touchy and got called for the reach.
Showing great hustle, though, on both ends of the court.
Oh, absolutely. I just love basketball at this level. It's just there's so much heart and so much hustle, and everyone just wants to win so bad.
Lower Columbia dribble handoff. They have 9 seconds left on the shot clock, and they'll throw it away. Good job by Broussard playing the passing lanes. Edwards in transition pulls up with the left corner there. Free throw line extended.
And that play was all because of Patrick Broussard on the defensive end, having the awareness to pick off that pass, and he got the fast break going. Easy jumper.
Crossover dribble by the Lower Columbia player, and Trafford ends up with the ball in the corner, gets it knocked out of his hand from behind by Farley. In transition is Centralia. Malone fighting for the basketball with Trafflet, but doesn't come up with it. Now they're fighting for the basketball, and down at the other end is Lower Columbia.
Oh!
Broussard with a nice block that they pin it off the backboard. Normally that happens after a nice block, a player recovers, gets the ball, and puts it up and in. Kind of discouraging if you are the player who wound up with the block, but it is what it is, and it happened. So 10-point lead now for Lower Columbia, 49-39. And Farley, he was expecting to stand in at the free throw line for 2 free throws, but they're going to call the foul on the ground. So with 12 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in the ball game, Farley will take it out underneath his own hoop.
You definitely got to stay focused when it comes to defending like that. But that was a beautiful block. You could tell he was going up for the dunk, and Broussard just stuffed him on the backboard, and before he could get to the rim.
Inbound pass there by Farley that time, and he just threw it in. Nobody was even looking or anything, and the ball winds up getting knocked out of bounds. Possession goes to Lower Columbia. Crucial.
Those are the type of mistakes you can't afford if you're trying to get back in this game.
Yeah, crucial error there for Centralia as they're trying to build their way back into this. Lower Columbia now with the basketball. Number 10 up top, pump fakes, dribbles, passes it to Trafflet. Trafflet dribble handoff with number 11. Number 11 goes to the lane, back to Trafflet, and it goes out of bounds. Good action there by Lower Columbia. They thought it was poked out of bounds, but the ref is going to disagree with them, and possession will go to Centralia. Centralia trails by 10 points here. Condell Scott and the crew looking to cut it down to single digits.
And that's what they are. That's the crew. That's a great thing because they're such a blue-collar team, and they work so hard.
Condell Scott from the left corner puts it up, no good as it rolls out the front of the rim, and rebound by number 22, Michael Dupree.
They're just that kind of lunch pail team. They just tries to get it done. You know, just doing the dirty work.
Malone Dribbles down at the other end, looks for Condell Scott, but the ball gets knocked away. Force feed there by Centralia, unnecessary, and they wind up with the turnover, and at the other end ends up in 2 points. So 51-39, Lower Columbia with the lead. Patrick Broussard with the move in the middle. Great thing, you want to see that out of your big guy. Take your time once you get the basketball, turn and face, and then take your time. That's exactly what Patrick Broussard did. Got in the middle, flipped it up and in from about 2 feet out. Great job by Broussard.
They need to feed him more. He needs to get big, just like he was starting to do in the first half. As he can get another great block. He just needs to. Oh, sorry.
Open shot there by number 12 with Sheriff Taha. And that's going to extend the lead to 13, 54-41 with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Centralia with the basketball. Edwards, nice ball fake, dribbles through the lane, puts it up, finger rolls, no good, doesn't connect with anything. And ball is tipped though, so they're going to, ball is tipped, but Edwards is going to get called for an elbow there as he had the basketball and he just committed a unnecessary mistake there. Scores 54-41, and you do not need that in these moments.
No,
you can't,
no. These are crucial. I mean, 10-20 is a lot of time, but this is such a crucial moment. And obviously on the other side of the floor, too.
Now they're going to call a foul down at the other end. Still more chattering going on between Centralia player and the Lower Columbia player. And Calvin just needs to, let his game do the talking in this type of situation.
Absolutely.
Let's go, Kyle.
Wiser words have never been spoken.
Got snubbed there, but either way, scores 43-54. Kyle North setting to check in the ball game for Centralia. And
in the zone. He's in
Calvin
the zone.
Edwards a little bit of break here.
See if he can drum something up for the Blazers here.
Who was it that hit that last basket there? Did you see it? No. Scores either way, 54-43. Centralia getting a little bit closer here as the timeout called. 30-second timeout by Lower Columbia.
They just got to keep chipping away. They just got to keep their emotions in check. Keep chipping away, and they can't have the silly turnovers. That can't happen this late in the game. That is where the coaching and the team chemistry comes in.
Kyle North, number 22 out of Rainier, checking in. One of the few local kids on this lineup. The other one out of Northwest Christian, but he was out of commission for the season. So see if Kyle North can come in and give the Trailblazers a spark. Number 22 with the basketball, Dupree. Passes it to his up top at the top of the key. Now Dupree at the top of the key being guarded by Condell. Gives it to the wing. Now post play there as they go inside to try and execute on the mismatch there as the shorter Kyle North is guarding number 2, Cameron Howell. Kyle North 5'7", Howell 6'4".
That's definitely unusual that you would see the foul called on someone so short in a mismatch. They usually allow a little bit more contact because, I mean, that's how you have to defend them.
Good fadeaway move there by Howell as he's standing at about the foot inside the free throw line, put it up and in, extending the lead to 13, 56-43. Condell Scott dribbles with the left hand, passes it to Farley. Farley puts up the shot and it's up and in. So now we got an 11-point ball game, 56-45 with 9 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Dupree down at the other end, dribbles and loses the handle a little bit, but maintains the basketball. Dupree will set it up top. Dupree being guarded by North, shakes him up a little bit and shoots it up. No good, rebound, North.
Great look and a pretty crossover, but yeah, got lucky, he missed that one.
North down at the other end, passes it to Farley. Farley spin move, puts it up, no good. Or they're gonna call travel as he spun through the lane. And possession would go to Lower Columbia. Taking out underneath Centralia's basket. Condell Scott putting on the full court pressure. Number 22, Dupree receives the inbound.
Now you gotta watch Dupree. He's got some handles and he's trying to show it off right now. And he's got the speed. He's lightning quick.
Dupree gets to the hoop and finishes that time as he extends the lead to 13. 58-45. Kyle North dribbles through the lane, kicks it out to Condell. Condell dribbles right, kicks it to Malone. Malone puts it up, no good. Now number 22, Dupree, will push it the other way. Foul's going to go against Farley as he tries to stop Dupree in transition.
We're starting to see maybe the confidence in Centralia start to dwindle away here, but we can't have that. Hopefully someone can drum up something and get some momentum coming the Blazers' way, because that's definitely what they need right now, so that this lead doesn't get too far out of reach, which it's starting to get near.
Trailblazers in the penalty now as Lower Columbia will be shooting 1-1. 22, Michael Dupree's first shot is up and in, so he'll be rewarded with the second free throw. Every foul throughout here will be at least one free throw for Lower Columbia. Dupree's second free throw is up and in, extending the lead to 15. Scores now 60-45 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Condell Scott will set up the offense for Centralia. Colin Malone passes it to Condell. Condell dribbles with the left hand through the lane, puts it up and in. Great uses of the rim there by Condell to put it up and in, and uses left hand.
Versatile is Condell Scott. He can bust out the offense, have no doubt about it.
Dupree down at the other end, pulls up the three-point shot, now scores 63-47.
Dupree's been doing a lot for him this second half, and he might be the equalizer here.
Condell Scott, nice crossover dribble between the legs, puts up the shot, no good. He fights for the rebound, puts it up again, no good. This time blocked by Howell, and Lower Columbia in transition.
Great
Condell, North now pushing the ball for the Trailblazers, passes it to Condell. Condell Scott looks to make a move, kind of made his move before he had the basketball there and lost it right out of bounds. Scores remains 63-47 with 7 minutes and 29 seconds left to go here. Lower Columbia will have the basketball. With the clock ticking away like this, almost to the 7-minute mark, Centralia has to definitely work on getting stops every time down the court as they build their way back into this ball game. Rogers, who just checked in the ball game, grabs a board, gives it to Kyle North. Kyle North passes to Farley. Farley up top, dribbles to the lane, puts up the shot, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul, and that's going to be Farley's third foul.
And that was good. That was good awareness by number 33, Mananu, on the Red Devils team. He knew that he was coming in hot, and he knew he didn't really have too much control of the momentum with his body, and so he just straight up took the charge.
Number 22, Dupree up top, being guarded by Farley. Looks inside, gives it to Howell. Howell being guarded by Rogers. Looks to his big guy at the post, being guarded by Dume. Puts it up and in over Dume. That's number 33, Manahanui, 6'5", sophomore out of Saratoga Springs, Utah. Now, John Dume puts up the three-point shot. John Dume, also out of Utah, out of Smithfield, Utah, 6'7", sophomore. Plays the center position for the Trailblazers. Plays the center position, but he can step
stretch
out.
it out.
Scores.
He's absolutely volatile like that because, as we saw last game against Clark, he can just get on a tear. And if he starts hitting threes, we can be right back into this game with a snap.
Rogers with the steal, feeds it to Farley. Farley with a series of pump fakes and draws the foul by the Lower Columbia defender. That's going to be against number 41, Christian Parrott. Christian Parrott, the big man for Lower Columbia, 6'9", sophomore. That's going to be his third foul.
Unlike last go-around, Farley tried the same thing, but he definitely drew the foul this time, and he's getting 2 free throws, and we're getting right back into this game.
14-point ball game after the first free throw. Farley steps in to shoot the second. And he hits it, so it dwindles to a 13-point lead for Lower Columbia. Scores now 65-52. Centralia needs to get defensive stops. Dume mans up. Patrick Broussard mans up, picking up the 6'9" guy, way about 30 feet away from the basket. Now Kyle North, mismatch, but number 33 shots up and no good off the front of the rim. And out of bounds, possession will go to Centralia. 13-point game here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Kyle North kicks it out to John Dumais. John Dumais pump fake, shoots from the corner, no good. Patrick Broussard got away with the foul as he pushed the defender in the back, but Lower Columbia came up with the basketball. Quickly looking to outlet past it was number 41, Parrott, but he just overthrew his teammate, and turnover by Lower Columbia. Possession will go to Centralia. Calvin Edwards back in the game now for Patrick Broussard. Coach Moyer looking to get some offense going here for the Trailblazers, and he sees Calvin Edwards as that possibility.
Yeah, and he's trying anything right now. I mean, he's going small ball.
Kyle North with the turnover, and as he was looking for Rogers, bounce past it right out of bounds. Lower Columbia with the basketball. Trafflet to inbound it. Trafflet gives it to Dupree. Dupree, 5'11", point guard out of Tacoma. Dribble handoff for Lower Columbia. Now Trafflet ends up with the basketball. Feeds his post, cuts, and now Dupree ends up with the out top. Number 34 tries to dribble through the lane, but Kyle North comes up with the steal. Kyle North making up for his mistake down at the other end and trying to stay on the court here.
That was a great strip by the little guy.
Rogers loses possession of the ball. Lower Columbia comes down at the other end, puts up a shot, no good. Howell gets the rebound, and it's going to be timeout by Lower Columbia. Coach Jim Roffler just, I'm guessing this timeout's to give his team a breather.
Absolutely.
Been a lot of action up and down the court, and sees his team huffing and puffing a little bit, and wants to give them a break collectively as a team.
Especially because he wants them to keep hold of this lead. I mean, one thing, especially if they get gassed in Centralia, if Centralia finds that momentum and find like they smell blood, they'll just go for it, and we know Centralia can do that. So let's see what they do coming out of the timeout.
4 minutes, 51 seconds left to go. If you're just tuning in, Centralia is trailing by 13 points right now, trying to climb back into this one. They definitely have to work on getting at least 2 or 3 stops in a row, as well as 2 or 3 buckets in a row to make this one an interesting ball game. For Centralia, you just want to be able to get in this game and make it a good one at the end to see if you can pull out the win.
And my prediction is if they're going to win this game, it's going to be through free throws. It's going to be through 3-pointers.
Great D by Centralia. Edwards comes up the steal, feeds it to North in transition. North tries to put up the shot along the left side of the hoop, and he gets his shot swatted away by number 2, Howell. That's second and third. Just great block we've seen out of Howell.
Well, with Howell,
multiple athletics.
with the size mismatch as well, though, Kyle's got to know that he has to jump stop and he has to try to get a move in, because that's not going to work if you just try to go toe-to-toe with a guy who's a foot or so taller than you.
Yeah, when you lack size, you have to make up for it in intelligence. And
absolutely.
He had to give him the little pump fake there through the lane, bring a stop to that action. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Refs blow the whistle for the foul. It's going to be called on number 12. That's Taha, his second foul. It's going to be the 6th foul for Lower Columbia of the half. Edwards stands in to shoot 2 free throws. The first one is no good. And second one, he steps in, also no good, so Edwards misses both. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here. Lower Columbia with the basketball.
You can see the frustration with Edwards missing those 2 free throws. That was pretty huge. But he definitely doesn't want to let his team down, because he would like nothing more than to get that W tonight. And he might want it just more than everyone else on this court.
Rogers in transition, gives it to Farley. Farley dribbles through the lane, puts it up, draws the foul, comes down hard on the ground, and Farley's gonna try and recover here.
I hope he's okay. He's such a there he is. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's such a warrior, even if he was.
The two guard
hurt, he'd probably still get up and try and finish it.
Absolutely. He's like Kobe with the Achilles. He would never quit. Yeah. Those two guards, Calvin Edwards and Marcin Farley, they're fighting warriors, just like you said. They just never know when to quit, and they will go in and they will go 100% until the very last second of this game.
Farley's first shot this time is good. so he gets to shoot a second. 12-point ball game, scores 65-53. If you're just tuning in, just under 4 minutes left to go. Centralia in the white, Lower Columbia in the red. And now it's an 11-point ball game, 65-54. Lower Columbia with the basketball. Dupree running the offense for the Red Devils. Dupree being guarded by Kyle North, gets it to Trafflet. Trafflet being guarded by Farley, dribbles through, almost loses the basketball, but saves it and kicks it out to Dupree. Dupree with 15 seconds left on the shot clock, drives it on Kyle North, puts it up and in off the backboard. Great use of his size advantage there to put it up and over North. See a little bit of action over here as Howell comes up with the steal, spin move, throws up a shot. No, it wasn't there. Yeah, okay, so a lot of action going on down here as they try and fight for the basketball. Edwards tried to jump over the guy because the guy was bent over for the rebound. It was some situation, and they wind up calling the foul on Edwards. That's going to be his third foul of the ball game. Possession will go to Lower Columbia underneath the hoop.
It doesn't seem as though the whole play was perhaps seen. It seems like the referee might just saw the contact there.
At the end there when he was kind of coming over him, is it?
Absolutely. When they saw both fall, I mean, sometimes assumptions are made, and you know, it's just a bad time. It's unfortunate to see in favor for the Blazers.
Now Trafflet will stand in at the free throw line, looking to extend the 13-point lead that his team has over Centralia College. And what he does with the first free throw, scores now 68-54. Trafflet will shoot a second. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left to go here at Centralia College as Rogers inbounds it to North. North being picked up by number 22 of Lower Columbia. Dribble handoff to Edwards. Edwards puts up a shot, gets it denied by Trafflet. And then now another foul by Lower Columbia. And it scores now 69-54 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Edwards will stand in at the free throw line to shoot two. That is foul on number 44, Austin Trafflet. That's his third foul of the game. Edwards' shot's good. First shot, so the score is now 69-55 with just under 3 minutes left to go. Second shot by Edwards is good. 13-point lead now. Centralia definitely is in the crucial moment to where they have to start getting stops every single time down the court.
Yeah, and just like Coach Moore said, changes the momentum completely. They absolutely need stops right now. They're in desperation mode right about now.
Rogers with the basketball, kicks it up to Farley. Farley puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Lower Columbia. Lower Columbia player a little bit shaken up underneath the hoop. That's Jeremy Burright. Burright's going to walk it off and be okay. And he's going to call a timeout as Burright underneath the court was injured. Looks like number 2 over here is a little bit shaken up too, maybe, or just frustrated.
Absolutely. You can see there's a lot of emotions in this game right now. A lot of passion involved and a lot of aggressiveness, and that tends to stir, especially with all the testosterone around with these young men. It can get a little heated sometimes. So as they're still chipping away with this lead, time dwindling down, they're still going hard and they're still trying to draw the fouls. But there's a lot of contact, so that's kind of, you can kind of feel a tension here a little bit. But they're absolutely trying their hardest, and these boys are working their hearts out right now.
Yeah, and the refs are trying their hardest as well as to try and maintain this game.
Absolutely.
So that one foul that they called down at the end, where they caught probably the end of the play, which is a mistake, but the reason they call it is to slow down what's been going on with all the physical play, or the excessive physical play that we've seen.
It was like you would see back in the Jazz Bowls playoffs, where Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman always got into it, and they would just be trying to get into each other's skin, and that caused a lot of drama in the series. And it's just it just, you know, kind of pumps up the competition a little bit. You don't want it to go too far. There's obviously a limit, and that's what the referees try to contain here.
So Lower Columbia will inbound it after their timeout. Lower Columbia with a 13-point lead. Full court pressure here by Centralia. It looks like first it looked like they were going to trap, but they decided not to, and Rogers will just pick up his man at half court.
I don't know. That might be a risky decision. You would figure you need all the pressure you can get right about now.
13-point ball game here as Lower Columbia is trying to hold on to the lead with 2 minutes left to go. Now they're just working around. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Number 11 for Lower Columbia has to look to score. I'm sure he's not even aware of the shot clock right at the moment. And it would have been a shot clock violation, but they threw it away. So Centralia comes up with it. Farley down at the other end, puts up a shot, no good. And Farley looking like he was trying to draw the foul there. The refs letting them play. And
yeah, that's absolutely what they're doing, and that's going to cause a lot of the tension here.
Lower Columbia down at the other end. There's going to be a foul called. Bring a stop to that action. 1 minute 39 seconds. It's going to be foul called on number 3, Calvin Edwards. That's his 4th foul of the game, and scores
double bonus.
Scores 69-56. Lower Columbia's player Howell looking to seal this game and put it away. Cameron Howell having a standout game. 6'4" freshman out of Tacoma. And the 14-point game now extended a 15-point lead by Lower Columbia. Edwards looking to push it the other way. And there's going to be a stop to the action with the foul call. It's going to be called on number 11. That is Phillips Helipor. That's his first foul of the game. With 1 minute 33 seconds left to go, Farley will stand in at the free throw line, shooting 1-1. Farley's shot's no good. Rebound by Parrott. Outlet pass to number 2, Howell. Howell looks for his point guard, number 11, Halipor.
Well, the clock is their worst enemy right about now, so.
Turnover now as Kyle North comes up with the steal, pushes it in transition. Nice feed into Dumetz. A good assist by North. Scores 71-58. 1 minute, 5 seconds. They got a foul if they want to stay in this ball game here. Not enough time on the clock. Not enough time in possessions to catch back up in this. As it's a 13-point ball game, Lower Columbia in the red, leading Centralia with 54 seconds left to go.
But what you gotta love right now is that the Centralia fans over there.
They called a technical foul, I believe. As he was walking over here, he signaled technical, and he did not signal who the technical was on, but it's got to be one of the players on that side of the court that was arguing. There wasn't even a call, so he had to just been arguing throughout the play.
Number 23?
Farley.
So
it's going to be called on Marced Farley.
It's just unfortunate. And with that, Marced Farley will foul out. It's just unfortunate the game had to take this turn. There's just been a lot of tension, and it's just sometimes that's how the game goes with all the testosterone, with all the.
Colin Malone checking in the ball game, and this is just unnecessary down at this end. What the Lower Columbia coach is trying to do here, as it's 13-point game, 54 seconds left to go. Player missed both free throws on the technical. And scores now 71-58, 54 seconds left to go. 33 will stand in at the free throw line. That's Manu Neo.
The odds are very, very stacked on Centralia right about now, but we've seen crazier things happen. We just hope that throughout all of this adversity that that we can get a good solid finish in this game.
Yeah, Centralia a little bit of frustration shown by due to lack of foul calls down at the offensive end. Shots no good. Players still fight for the rebound, and Rogers pushes it the other way. Rogers gives it to Malone. Malone to Dume. Dume puts up the three-point shot, and it's up and in. At the top, shot for the top of the key is good. So score 11-point game now. Lower Columbia looking to push it with just under 40 seconds left to go. They're traveled now by number 20.
Oh, here we go.
Number 27 Miles. 11-point ball game now with 36.3 seconds left to go. And Ray Brooks will see his first bit of action here as he checks in for Calvin Edwards. Raylon Brooks out of Ontario, California.
I'd like to see John Dumais get the basketball, because if anybody right about now could get this game crack open, it would be John Dumais with his 3-point daggers.
John Dumais with a 3 right there, and it's no good. Colin Mullen comes up with the loose ball rebound. 21.8 seconds left to go. We got a 9-point game. Now they got to foul if they want to stop the clock, and they're not going to foul.
Ride it out.
Coach Moyer said no, just stay in front of him. So with 11 seconds left to go, you're going to see number 22, Michael Dupree, most likely just dribble this one out. And they actually look like they're going to go for the look to score there, and they threw it away. So 3.6 seconds left to go. Kind of unsportsmanlike to play that way, but
it's been a very edgy game. If there was any way to describe it, it's been a very edgy game. So it's disappointing to see, but that's just young men out there working hard and getting competitive, and they're going to take something from this. But you can bet that there's going to be a bad taste in their mouth from this, and that next game there will most likely be some bad blood, and there's going to be a score to settle. So look for that next time. Look for that next time when the Blazers face the Red Devils, and it'll be a competitive one, just like it was here tonight.
So that's the final score. It's 72-63. Lower Columbia is victorious in this one, and throughout they win both of the doubleheaders. Lower Columbia going home with 2-0 this evening. Their women winning earlier in a close game.
Hopefully we can get some stats here pretty soon. We'll read them off to you and we'll sign off. Yeah, it was a hard fought game, but you know what? When can't you say that about the Trailblazers? There is not a single game where they don't go out there and play their heart out. I really love what we saw from Condale Scott tonight. He really, I mean, the self-proclaimed spark plug. He does exactly what he says, and he's just fun. He's really fun to watch, and his heart is just amazing to me. There's a lot of contributions tonight.
So although both teams lost, there's very positive signs.
Absolutely.
Both teams showing no quit, and they'll definitely see these guys again in the last game of the regular season before they go into playoff play. They'll play Lower Columbia Wednesday, February 19th. Their next game will be against Green River this Saturday. That one's at Green River, so if you can, get out there and try and support your men and women Trailblazers.
And let's not forget one other thing about our men Trailblazers too, is that this is a young team. This is a very young team, and they're only going to grow. They're only going to grow from each and every single game. And I mean, most of these freshmen, we'll see them. We're going to see them next year, and that their maturity could be on a whole different level. They could be just a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, the same's to be said about both teams. Both teams are very young. Their next home game will be against Tacoma. That's Wednesday the 29th, starting at 6 o'clock. Women will be first, as always. So make sure you try and tune in and watch that. But we'll wrap up this evening.
Yep, lastly, we got some final stats for you. Cameron Howell with 23 points. He was the leading scorer of the game. John Dumais, though, let's not forget about him. He's doing the dirty work. He was big in the post and from long range, and he had 19 points on 8 for 15 shooting. We had Condale Scott with 10. That's spark plug, as we said. Marcin Farley with 10. Notably, those were 6 free throws, part of his 10 points. Him just drawing fouls and getting aggressive. And Cameron Howell was definitely the big story tonight, though, for the Red Devils. 23, and no one else is in double digits besides Cameron Howell. He just had a monster game.
Yeah, I'd say so. The player of the game showed out tonight. And let's wrap up the women's score here.
And the women's score was 85-63, Lower Columbia Red Devils. So the Red Devils leave with the sweep tonight. But you can bet both Blazers teams have a bad taste in their mouths, and they're going to be looking for redemption next time these two meet.
So make sure you get out and try and support them this Saturday, the 25th, at Green River. If you can't make it to that, make sure you're here the 29th, where we will host Tacoma. Should be an interesting matchup against TCC. And that's it for this evening. We'll send it back to the studio. Thank you for listening. Thank you everybody who helped us with the setting up of tonight's event. And that's it.
Have a great night, folks. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
listening as always.